Hello, I am Brett Wren, and I'm gonna basically tell you how I survived Hurricane Sandy when it hit us on October 22nd of 2012. Now, I know I'm a couple days late for what I believe to be its 4th anniversary. I may be wrong, but now it's better late than never, what I always say. I remember it very well because I was at my grandmother's house. I was house sitting for her while she was recuperating from post-surgical complications. And I remember basically going through it at her house, which was a mobile home. A lot of my family was looking at my parents and I like we had two heads. I apologize if I don't look directly in the camera lens. I'm going to attempt to do that. Basically, I was, excuse my eyes. I was in my grandfather's bedroom. I don't like that. Put my glasses back on. And we survived it for the most part. The only thing that we lost was power from 1 a.m. the morning after till about, I would say, 7, 8 o'clock the next night. Now, I haven't experienced any power failures of that magnitude since the derecho of the previous year that happened on June 30th, which would have been my grandfather's birthday. I kept myself very lucky that all we lost was power, and that we managed to get it back the same day. Other areas did not fare so well. My parents and I went on our own little improv tour of the island, which for us in New Jersey would be Ventnor, Margate, Longport, and Atlantic City, not necessarily in that order. I remember seeing the devastation, the damage that was prevalent in areas that we looked at. We basically went down Atlantic Avenue, which was, as many you probably not a lot of you know from if you don't live or had seen my area or not familiar with the Atlantic City area. Atlantic Avenue is the only street that goes from Atlantic City clear through to Longport. It is the only one that goes island long. Another reason why we were at my grandmother's, we were between places at the time. Sorry, just making sure that my mustache isn't in the way. I remember we were, to read you a little bit of the Mid-Atlantic impact, mainly the New Jersey area, according to, and this is from the Hurricane Sandy primary article on Wikipedia. It says, 50-foot piece of the Atlantic City boardwalk washed away. Half the city of Hoboken flooded. The city of 50,000 had to evacuate 2 of its fire stations, the EMS headquarters and the hospital. With the city cut off from area hospitals and fire suppression mutual aid, the city's mayor asked for National Guard help. In the early morning of October 30th, authorities in Bergen County, New Jersey, evacuated residents after a berm overflowed and flooded several communities. Police Chief of Staff Jeannie Barata, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, said there were up to 5 feet of water in the streets of Montachi and Little Ferry. The State Office of Emergency Management said rescues were undertaken in Karlstadt. Barada said the 3 towns had been devastated by the flood of water. At the peak of the storm, more than 2,600,000 customers were without power. There were 43 Hurricane Sandy related deaths in the state of New Jersey. I repeat, there were 43 Hurricane Sandy related deaths in the state of New Jersey. Damage in the state was estimated at $36.8 billion with a B dollars. It's gonna see this is the effect on the barrier islands and the Jersey Shore as a whole. I'll read it to you in order. The Jersey Shore suffered the most severe winds and surf from Hurricane Sandy and the most damage from the storm. Mantoloking was especially hard hit, suffering severe washover, including the creation of 2 new temporary inlets. Approximately 24 oceanfront houses in Mantoloking were completely removed from their foundations and destroyed. The Belmar Boardwalk was destroyed, along with Perth Amboys Marina and waterfront. Much of the casino pier at Seaside Heights and nearby Funtown Pier at Seaside Park collapsed into the ocean due to intense waves. Most of the rides in the amusement parks were destroyed, including roller coasters. Cape May County, including the resort city of Cape May at the southern tip of the state, was largely spared from damage, with only minor beach erosion and no loss of commercial or residential property. Now, the house that my grandmother had was in Echo Township, which was on the mainland. The only thing that we had was definitely some loose limbs that were swaying around and were being taken off, but no serious damage was inflicted. And I don't know if I said it earlier in the video, but I count myself very lucky that we weren't displaced. Because we would have, because there was a large tree that was behind my grandmother's house. It could have, and my mother thought that was gonna come down, but luckily it didn't. It held on like a trooper. I feel as though my grandfather, who died the year before the storm hit, I believe that he was watching us, keeping us safe, especially his widow's home, my grandmother's. This other thing that I survived was a derecho, like I said, that happened June 30th of the year before. I was living in a hotel at the time, and it hit us like a ton of bricks without warning. I was without power for the day that the storm hit, and most of the morning but after. And the derecho that hit us was during a bad heat wave. Good God. For those who don't know what a derecho is, it's basically a series of severe thunderstorms that hit basically like a pressure wave. Picture my fingers as each individual storm cell. They were coming at us with near hurricane force winds. That prepared me mentally for what I was going to go through with Sandy. Now, another storm which thank God that we dodged was Hurricane Joaquin. We had a ultralight nor'easter. That was one thing that we had. Anyway, I'm not going to keep you long, and this video is getting long. I'm recording on my iPod with the YouTube Capture app, and it's telling me that this video is reaching a little under 10.5 minutes. So I'm going to end the video now, and I'm going to say that until the next video, this has been Brett Wren saying peace.